You gotta wonder why I'm just doing a video here again tonight about Fukushima. Just on my mind. I'm reading this on E&E News, and I know that some of it could be exaggerated. I've always said that. I don't buy into the exaggerations. I want to be on an even keel with all this, but then I lost my mind. I'm not bragging about that. I don't think it was out of control, you know. You can lose your mind just temporarily because you're facing something that's so overwhelming. So it's continually overwhelming. And on this latest article, they were talking about the fuel rods and using the metaphor. It's like pickup sticks. Remember the game? Well, there's over 1,000 fuel rods. So the nuclear industry technology, the engineering of it, these total imbeciles that are doing this to the planet, it's just completely, totally, 100% unacceptable. I think I've known this from the beginning, and I did a few vlogs, and I'm going to tell you again, especially if you're a new viewer. I was raised in New York State, very close to the Indian Point nuclear power plant. This is also somewhat connected to the Susquehanna plant in Pennsylvania, which is a little bit further south, southeast direction. So these are near New York City, and these are near Philadelphia. That entire metropolis over there. Basically over 100 million people. If quantity and numbers mean anything. When I was younger, growing up there was a guy named Bob that my grandfather was really good friends with. They were neighbors. And he used to talk to me when I was a child, probably starting from when I was about maybe 5 years old, upwards until I was about 10. He was always giving me this pro-nuclear literature, and I would read it over, and I was appreciating it. But he would actually give me other material on, say, railroads and trains, you know, and different things like that. But the nuclear was the main thing. So I had all these pamphlets and booklets. So I'm growing up, you know, dealing with this stuff. I don't want to be rude or insult the elders, since these are the elders around me. But I never was pro-nuclear, even then. I was skeptical about it, and all I've ever done is become more and more skeptical, and beyond that, I'm dead set against it after pondering it and studying it for decades. And I just had another guy write into me and says, well, I guess you're on a learning curve about nuclear. He's a new viewer, or some name that I don't recognize, so sorry if I don't know who you are. I appreciate you for saying that, but I have to just say, you pissed me off a little bit. I know you didn't really mean to. You're talking about the Canada reactors, and you said you were doing your Geiger counter readings when you're on a flight. That's all fine and dandy, but I know a little something about it, and I know enough. So you can make your comment, we can agree to disagree. I'm not saying that, but I have some theories about science that I've been looking at. And I think that we agree on something. We need to focus on that part of it. We agree that the nuclear industry is crazy. You want to keep the focus on Fukushima. That's fine. I think we should focus on the overall thing and phase it out of our technology, phase it out of our civilization. So I don't mind the insults in me. I can take a heap of insults. That's what YouTube is for. Trolls, haters, and noobs say all kinds of stuff. I've heard it all before. So you might think I don't know anything about the nuclear science, nuclear fission, fissionable material, uranium 237, 235, plutonium 238, 240, and upwards, other crazy isotopes that are coming out of this, dozens of isotopes, the cesium that you mentioned. You know, this is a science that has to be thought about, but I don't think we can just take little things that we think we know arrogantly and just thrust it into our world, endangering everybody. We found out that that's wrong and we should never do that. I think it warrants a lot more study, and I have to do a lot more study. This stuff is dangerous, and we can't be playing with it anymore. It's time to wake up, everybody. Go out into the world and warn strangers, your neighbors, family, and friends. Do what you can, because at some point we are going to be victorious in solving this crisis. It's a global crisis. Thanks for listening. Be happy, be well, and be confident that this is going to get taken care of. Because we're taking care of it.